This is real America. The Democrats want to see a shutdown to get off this subject because this subject is not working for them. The tax cuts and tax reform has not been working well for the Democrats.
President Trump earlier today in Pennsylvania, is he right? Do Democrats actually want a government shutdown because they failed to make the charge that tax cuts are actually bad for Americans? Let's ask one of the key negotiators in the Senate trying hard to prevent a shutdown, Republican Senator John Thune. So is the president right, Senator Thune?
I think the president on that point is right, David. The Democrats voted en bloc against the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, and as you have seen since it passed, all the bonuses and pay raises and the impact that it's having on people's paychecks across the country. And now they seem insistent on blocking legislation that would authorize the children's health insurance program for the next 6 years.
Right.
And that's essentially what's included in this budget bill that the House is currently voting on and that we hope to be voting on later.
And they so invested themselves politically in the idea that the tax cut would do no good for Americans, it would just benefit the rich, when we see all these bonuses, pay raises on the lowest end of the economic scale, and promises of investments. You know, I got to give you credit, Senator, because you said before the tax bill was signed into law, we're going to see an immediate takeoff in the economy, because once companies see the bill is signed, they see how to plan their future, they're going to start investing. But the Democrats have failed in their prediction of disaster for America as a result of the tax bill.
They have, and that's, I think, really, I think they're very frustrated by that, which is why now they're trying to pull this latest stunt of shutting the government down to shift the subject. But frankly, I think what you're going to continue to see, David, as a result of the tax cuts is American businesses expanding and growing their operations, creating those better paying jobs, and you're going to see wages go up. We've got a very competitive labor market, and when there's a demand, when businesses are competing for labor, it means the price of labor goes up, and they're going to have to pay people more, and that's good for the economy. It's good for American workers. So I think you're going to continue to see not only short term but long term the effects of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act continue to percolate through the economy in a very positive way, a very, very beneficial way, not only for American businesses, but for American workers.
But you know, there's a disconnect between the effectiveness of the tax cuts in stirring economic activity and the political strategy that's going on inside the Beltway. At least with the Democrats, they continue to believe that if they focus on the president's character and they focus on just things that have nothing to do with what's happening with the economy, but political things, that they're going to win the midterm elections. They also believe, by the way, that if there is a shutdown, they can blame it all on the Republicans because you guys have the Senate, the House, and the executive. Representative Slaughter said, if there is a shutdown, our fingerprints aren't on it. What do you think?
Well, and actually, believe it or not, they're gloating about that. You're hearing that from Senate Democrats as well, who are out there sort of spiking the football, talking about, you know, boy, if we would shut the government down and we've got the votes to do it, you know, Republicans will get blamed for it. And I don't know whose interest that serves. If you really want to do good things for the American people, it's important that we come together, fund the government, deal with the complex issues that we have in front of us, one of which, of course, is immigration. And fund our military in a way that makes sure that we're meeting our national security requirements. There are a whole series of issues that need to be resolved, but they don't get resolved by a government shutdown. The Democrats seem very intent right now on trying to play a political game, gain a political advantage at the expense, in this case, of the American people and the priorities that are important to them. So hopefully they'll come to their senses, but at the moment at least, it looks like that's what they are intent in doing, at least the Senate Democrats.
Well, practically speaking, if you do a vote count, I mean, the House is going to be voting on it at around 7 o'clock tonight. Then it comes down to the Senate, and frankly, to get 60 votes in the Senate to pass this thing seems pretty much of an impossible task right now, doesn't it?
It looks at the moment like a heavy lift, but again, I hope in the end that cooler heads will prevail, that there are enough Democrats in the Senate who recognize that this is a losing argument for the American people. They may view it as a winning political argument. I don't think that's the case either. I think that people are going to realize that they are the only ones who are voting en bloc to shut the government down. So we'll have that discussion and debate this evening. We'll see where the votes are, but let's hope for the good of the American people and for our economy that the Democrats don't prevail in doing something stupid like shutting the government down.
One final very quick question. Senator Lindsey Graham, your Republican colleague, says that it's on immigration, which is a sticking point in this plan, it's up to the president. Is that true, or is it up to Democrats who might vote with you guys on this bill?
I think in a lot of ways, what he's getting at is that there's only one person in the country that can sign a bill into law, and that's the president. And in order to get a presidential signature, obviously we have to know what the president's priorities are, what he wants in the bill. And so he's got to be part of this process, and we all know that. And I hope that, as I said before, the discussions that are going on will reach a conclusion. We will get to a solution on immigration, on the DACA issue, but we need to be at the table to do that, and not in the context of trying to shut down the government.
Senator John Thune, good of you to join us, Senator. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks, David. Nice to be with you. You bet. Thanks.